Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Amanda, and today I am going to be doing my best beauty products of 2017. These are the products that I used the most in 2017 that I loved, just like my 2017 favorites. So I have a lot of products sitting in front of me. First of all, I just want to say this is probably the most organized video that I have ever done in my life. Normally I go into it just with like nothing, I just wing it, but today I have everything organized in front of me. This is a good start to 2018, so I'm just gonna jump right into it because I have a lot of products and this is gonna be a long video, so grab a snack. So the first thing I want to start with is primers, and I have two primers that I loved this year. The first one is the Nivea Men's Sensitive Post Shave Balm. Now I know this is like old and this is old news, but I have not stopped using this since Nikki Tutorials talked about it. I don't even know how long ago that was. I literally feel like that was like 2 years ago. This is so good. This is honestly like the best primer I've come across, and I don't really like spending a lot of money on primers. I think that's probably why I've stuck with this for so long, but it works, and it's like $5 and it smells amazing and it lasts a long time. So this is like my favorite primer I think of all time. The next one that I have is the MAC Strobe Cream, and I have mine in the shade Peach Light. I really love this if I really want to have like a dewy look. I just put this all over my face, or I'll mix it in with my foundation. And it is just the most beautiful sheen. I'll put a little bit on the back of my hand for you. It comes in different shades. I really love this peach one though. I just think that it adds a nice, like, I have really yellowy skin, so I think it just adds a really nice, I don't know, like warm glow to the skin. It's right there. I don't know how well you can see it, but it's nothing too intense. It just gives you this really beautiful dewy finish that I love. So next I'm going to talk about foundations, and I have three I want to talk about today. There were a lot of foundations that I used this year that I liked, but I just tried to narrow it down to like my absolute favorites. So this one is like my all-time favorite. I think this is the Fiona Styles Luminous Finish Foundation. I also really like the matte finish one. This one is a little bit more dewy though. The matte one I wouldn't say is matte. I'd say it's more of like a natural finish. This foundation is amazing. If I have an event, if I'm going to a dance, well, I use this for all of my homecoming and prom videos, and I'm probably gonna wear this for prom again this year. This is my go-to foundation. It just has such a beautiful finish. It's the foundation I'm wearing today. They discontinued it from Ulta though, so I have no idea where you can get it, and I only have this super dark shade because when I was at Ulta and it was getting discontinued, everything was 50% off from Fiona Styles, and all the light shades were gone, so I got this darker one that has like the perfect like olivey yellow undertone, and I just mix it in with a white foundation, and like that's what I have on today, so it works. But this is in the shade 5. I think I'm normally the shade like 2, so it's very dark for me, but I love it so much that I don't even care that I have to mix it. It is my favorite foundation of all time, and I really hope it's still online somewhere because I need to like get more of these because I love it so much. The next foundation is a newer foundation that I have that I haven't worn very long, but I still wanted to mention it anyways just because I've been loving it so much, and it is the Hourglass Vanishing Stick Foundation. I have mine in the shade Porcelain. This foundation is just so easy to apply. It has a beautiful finish, it's really easy to blend out, and it just looks amazing on the skin. It has amazing coverage. It is really expensive, so I do try to save it more for like special events and stuff like that, but honestly it's just such a beautiful foundation. It looks so good on the skin. It does cling to some of my dry patches a little bit, but if I apply it, so I'll put this on my face, if I spray my brush before I blend it in, that doesn't, like, I don't have the dry patches anymore, or that it doesn't cling to my dry patch. It doesn't cling to my dry patches anymore, so I really, really, really love this foundation, and I'm excited to use it more. And then the last one is a drugstore foundation, is the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Glow Foundation. I have mine in the shade 202. When I got this, I kind of looked it over, like I didn't really like test it out the way I should have, because I didn't really like it the first time I applied it, but then I recently, well, not recently, a couple months ago, I came back to it and I have been using it non-stop. It just has the most beautiful undertone. It has great coverage, and it really does wear for a long time on my skin, and I just really have been loving this, and it is a drugstore foundation, so that's always really nice because it's not too expensive. So for concealers, I have 4 that I want to talk about today. Of course, the first one everyone has talked about is the Tarte Shape Tape. This is just the most full coverage blendable, amazing concealer that I have ever used. I think that anyone has ever used. Tarte really outdid themselves with this concealer. I feel like this is an all-time favorite, not just 2017. But first of all, can we take a second and talk about how they are coming out with a Shape Tape foundation? I am so excited. That is going to be like the rave of 2018. I'm calling it now. I am so excited. I can't wait to get my hands on it when it comes out. But the next concealer I want to talk about is the NARS Soft Matte Complete Concealer. It's this little pot concealer. This is so nice. I just really love the finish of this. I love the way it applies. It has really nice coverage, and it is just a really nice concealer overall. It doesn't crease on me, and it just is so beautiful on my under eyes. And then the next two are more affordable ones. The first one I want to talk about is the Maybelline Instant Age Rewind. I have been using this forever and I love it, and I always come back to it and I always repurchase it. It's just an amazing concealer and I use it a lot this year. This is my favorite concealer to use in the summer because it has like, I would say medium-ish coverage, but it's like really lightweight and it doesn't look thick. Like the Tarte concealer and the NARS concealer, they're really thick. Not like thick, but like you can tell that they're extreme full coverage. This is more lightweight, but it still like covers up my under eye bags and blemishes and stuff like that, and it just has such a nice finish and it lasts a really long time. So I really love this concealer, and I will continue to repurchase this in 2018 and beyond. And then the last concealer is one I just recently got, but again I wanted to mention it anyways because I've been using it every single day and absolutely loving it, and it is the ColourPop No Filter Concealer. This I believe is like $6 and it is amazing. It is so blendable, has amazing coverage. I'm pretty sure there's a pretty wide like shade range as well, and it is just overall just an amazing concealer. I love the way it looks on my under eyes. The only thing about it is that it does, like when you apply it, it does get a little bit darker, like it oxidizes like a little teeny tiny bit, but it doesn't bother me at all. Like it doesn't change the effect of the concealer and it doesn't become like too dark for my skin. But keep that in mind if you're trying to pick out a shade. So then for powders, I have two. Of course, my favorite, all-time favorite is the Rimmel Stay Matte Translucent Pressed Powder. I use this literally every single day. My favorite translucent powder is still the RCMA No Color powder that I've talked about in videos countless times, but I don't have it with me. I kind of lost it. I don't know where it is. But I use this pressed powder literally every single day. It has the nicest finish. It doesn't make my makeup look cakey when I put it on top, and it doesn't have any flashbacks, so it's really nice. The next powder I wanted to talk about is the Essence Pure Nude Highlighter. Now, yes, this is meant to be a highlighter, but Kathleen Lights talked about using it as a powder all over her face, and I tried it and I've been so obsessed with it. I've used this so much this year. Can't get it open. It is a highlight, but it has such a natural sheen, and it's not blinding at all, that it is so beautiful to just set your face with if you want a dewy look. I even will set my under eyes with this because it really doesn't like make it look weird. I have it on today. I don't think you can really tell. It just gives your face the most beautiful sheen while setting your concealer and foundation. So I really liked this year. And then for bronzer, I couldn't really think of like the bronzers that I use the most because I really have tested out a lot of bronzers this year and I haven't had any that I really stuck to. But one that I thought of that I really did use a lot this year is the NARS Laguna bronzer. Now mine, I hit pan on it, so it looks a little crusty, but I forget when I got this. I think I got it like last year for Christmas, and I have been using it like nonstop. It is a absolutely gorgeous bronzer. It is really expensive though, like for a bronzer. So I try not to use it too much just because like I've already gone through so much and it's so expensive, and I don't like repurchasing expensive products, but it is just so beautiful on the skin, and it's warm, but it doesn't like look orange. So I just think this is a really nice bronzer, and this is one that I definitely have used a lot this year. And then another one I used is actually in a palette, so I'm just going to talk about this palette in general, but it is the Too Faced Cocoa Contour Palette. I absolutely love this palette. The shade that I use the most in it is this one, which is medium cocoa, but I occasionally will use dark cocoa. It just can look a little bit orange on my skin at times, but I have used medium cocoa so much. These two are definitely my favorite shades. This light cocoa I will use to set my under eyes sometimes, but I mostly use a different powder, but sometimes I will do that. But this is just the most beautiful contour shade. It's nice and neutral toned. It's not warm, and it's more cool toned, but it's not so cool toned that your face looks dirty. It's just the most beautiful contour shade, and it smells like chocolate, which is amazing. So I really love this. Another one that's just an honorable mention because I recently got it but I have been loving it is the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette. I have been so obsessed with this. I really actually am obsessed with these two highlight shades, which surprises me. I use those to set my under eyes almost every day the past like week. I do occasionally rotate in with these two powders, but I really have been loving those two. And then the contour shades are just so beautiful. I do have to be a little bit careful because they can look muddy on my face, but if I use a light hand and then build it from there, it is just so beautiful and so blendable. And this one smells really good too. So then for blush, I don't really wear blush all that much, but when I did wear blush this year, it was most likely from this palette. This is, I don't know what this is called, but it's from the Lorac and Pirates of the Caribbean collaboration palette. This is the blush palette that came with it. It's blush and highlight. So there's 4 highlight shades. So these 3 are highlight, and this one also is a shimmery highlight for like darker skin tones. It's more of a blush topper, but I don't use that. I only ever used it on my eyes. I never ever worn it on my face. But these 2 blushes are so beautiful. You do have to use a light hand because they're very pigmented, but this one up here, Lost Soul, is my absolute favorite. Whenever I wear a blush, it's probably that one. But this is also a favorite for highlights because these 3 highlight shades are so beautiful on the skin and they are so blinding, and I just really, really love them. My favorite one is definitely Star Reader, which is a more champagne-y gold one, but I also really, really like mixing Destined and Fortune. Fortune is a little bit too light for me because it's like a pure like pearl highlight. But if I mix these 2 together, it looks so, so beautiful on the skin. Another highlight, you could probably guess what it is. It's my all-time favorite highlight, is Champagne Pop by Becca Cosmetics in collaboration with Jaclyn Hill. I have hit pan on this a long time ago. I use this pretty much every day. It's the highlight I'm wearing today. This is just the most beautiful highlight of all time. I'm so obsessed with it. I'm obsessed with the formula. I think it looks beautiful on every single skin tone. This is just an all-time fave. So moving on to eyebrows, I have 3 eyebrow products. Most of the year when I had lighter hair, actually, I rotated. At the beginning of 2017, I had dark hair, then I had lighter hair again, and now I have dark hair again. So I went from, like, I rotated between these products. But when I had lighter hair, I used the Anastasia Brow Definer. Mine is in the shade Medium Brown. This has more of, like, a cool taupey undertone, and I really liked that when I had my lighter hair. And this is just so easy to apply. However, I think my favorite product is definitely the ColourPop Brow Pomade. This one I have in the shade Bangin' Brunette, which is the one that I have on right now. It's for when I have darker hair because it is a little bit darker and a little bit more warm. I just like pomades a little bit better just because I think they're faster, but brow pencils are really, really nice as well. And my favorite brow pencil is definitely the Anastasia Brow Definer. This has changed my brows. Like, I don't have the best brows, and brows are not like my strongest suit, but this has changed the game for my brows. This is the Catrice Eyebrow Filler Perfecting and Shaping Gel. This stuff is amazing. It's a tinted brow gel. I use this every single day to set my brows, and I wear this every day when I don't do my eyebrows, like when I'm not wearing makeup, because it fills them in enough that I look like I have eyebrows. When I don't fill in my eyebrows, there's no, like, the tail is like non-existent. So I always use this, and it makes me actually look like I have eyebrows, and it is so nice, and it is like $3. It's amazing. I love it. So next I'm going to move on to eyeshadow palettes. Now I have used a ton of eyeshadow palettes this year that I've absolutely loved, but I tried to narrow it down as much as I could, and it was very easy for me to narrow it down to the one favorite palette of the year, and I'm sure you all know what it is. It is the Jaclyn Hill Morphe palette. This has definitely been my favorite palette all year. I don't remember when it came out exactly, but I can't remember when I haven't been, like, when I didn't use this. Like, I don't remember a time when I didn't use this palette. This is my favorite palette. It is just the most beautiful palette ever. It has your neutrals, it has your colors, it has your dark shades, it has beautiful mattes and beautiful shimmers. Like, it just has everything you could ever want in it, and it is so amazing. And Morphe has probably one of my favorite formulas ever, and they are just such amazing shadows, and I think Jaclyn really, like, nailed it with this palette and with the color selection. So this has been my absolute favorite palette of 2017, hands down. But 2 other palettes I want to talk about are the 2 Tartelette palettes. Now, I just got the Tartelette Toasted, but it is very quickly becoming a staple neutral palette in my collection. I love warm toned, this is what I have on my eyes today, by the way, but I love warm toned palettes, and this one is just so amazing. And I love Tarte's shadows, and it is just so, like, small and compact, and it has beautiful shades in it that I use all the time. So this has become one of my favorite neutral palettes very, very quickly. And then the other one is the Tartelette in Bloom palette, which I have used so much. I don't know how much I've used it in videos, but this is another one of my go-to palettes. This one is a little bit more cool toned, but I absolutely love this. Whenever I travel, this is the palette that I bring with me because it's small and it's compact, but it has everything I could ever need in it. I can do natural looks, I can do bold looks, I can do whatever, and I just absolutely love this palette. And it smells so good. I don't know what they put in all these palettes that make them smell so good, but I like it. So the next thing I want to mention, I again have only had for a short amount of time, but in that amount of time, they have like completely blown me away, and that is the Stila Magnificent Metal eyeshadows. These are glitter eyeshadows. That I used one in my New Year's look. I recently did makeup for a wedding on New Year's, and these, I was so happy I brought these because they wanted like full out, like full blown glam, like glitter makeup, and these look so beautiful and they're so easy to apply, and they're just absolutely amazing. Like there's not fallout, they are so easy to apply, like they last a long time, and they look so, so beautiful. So I am absolutely obsessed with these. So next I'm going to talk about mascaras, and I have 3 that I wanted to mention for this year. The first one is the Too Faced Better Than Sex Waterproof Mascara. I really, really like this. Actually, I think I like this better than the original Too Faced Better Than Sex. It is just an amazing mascara. It is kind of clumpy, but I kind of like that. But this has been a go-to pretty much all year for me. And the next one is the It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara. I used this a lot at the beginning of the year because I had like a little sample size and it was like my favorite of all time. And then I stopped using it because I ran out. And then I recently just got 2 new ones for Christmas, so I'm going to be using this for a long time. And it is just an amazing mascara. This is what I have on my eyes today, and it is just so beautiful. And then the drugstore one that I've liked the most this year is definitely the L'Oreal Telescopic Carbon Black Mascara. The only thing I don't really like about this is the wand. The wand is like so, so, so tiny. I don't know if you can really see it very well. But I love this for my lower lashes. This is definitely my favorite lower lash mascara because it doesn't separate them too much that they look like spiders, but it's not clumpy, and it's just so beautiful on the lower lashes. So I really have liked this one this year. And then for eyeliners, I really wanted to talk about my Maybelline gel eyeliner, but I lost it. I lose so much makeup. I lost it and I have no idea where it is. So I can't talk about that today, but I mean, I can't show that today, but I did want to mention that I really liked that product a lot this year. But the 2, actually 3, and I lost another eyeliner. It's the Kat Von D tattoo liner in Trooper. I used that a lot this year, along with the Stila Stay All Day waterproof liquid liner. Those were my 2 favorites like pretty much all year long, and then they both ran out and I didn't want to repurchase because they're expensive and I didn't have money. I got the Scone Cosmetics Insanely Intense Tattooed Waterproof Eyeliner in my Ipsy bag. Guys, I was obsessed with this and I still use this. It's starting to run out, but it is so beautiful. And it lasts a really long time, and it's really easy to apply, and it's super black, which I love. And it reminds me a lot of the Stila one. And then I used at the beginning of the year the It Cosmetics No Tug Gel Eyeliner all the time. But again, I lost it, or I ran out. I don't know. It just disappeared from my collection. So I started using the Lottie London AM to PM Kohl eyeliner, and this is amazing. This is such a good eyeliner for your waterline. Mine is like completely, where do I put my hand? Mine is like completely worn down. It is like a little nub, but because again, I lost my sharpener, so I haven't been able to use this because I lost my sharpener. But it is a really, really good eyeliner, and it's super cheap, so that's really nice. And then another one I just recently got, I got it for Christmas, and it is a Physicians Formula Custom Enhancing Eyeliner, and it came in a trio with black, dark brown, and like light brown. And this is such an amazing eyeliner. It's so creamy, and it lasts a really long time on the waterline, and I've really been loving this. So I'm excited to see if it like becomes one of my absolute favorites, because it's one of my current favorites, but I don't know, I just wanted to mention it because I really have been liking this recently, and I think it might become one of my staples. Alright, so now on to lips. Now this was a really hard one because I feel like I've used so many different lip products this year, but I narrowed it down to 2 that I used a lot. One of my definite favorites is the entire Wet n Wild Liquid Catsuit collection. I absolutely love these. These are amazing liquid lipsticks, and they're so cheap, and I love the shade range. This is definitely one of my favorite shades though. This is the shade Nudie Patootie. I like that. And it is a really pretty cool toned nude, and I don't have anything like it in my collection, and I absolutely love this. I wore this for homecoming. If you follow me on Instagram, you saw it. It is the shade right here. Absolutely love it, but I love every single one in this collection. So I really, really love this collection. Definitely a favorite of 2017. And then the other one I wanted to talk about, I have a million of them, I just grabbed one off my desk, is the ColourPop liquid lipsticks, velvet lipsticks. What are they called? Satin. They call her satin. Liquid lipsticks, satin lipsticks, and glosses. This one is a gloss, and it's in the shade Fairy Floss. I really, really like this one. I recently just got like the entire Kathleen Lights Aquarius collection. I got it for Christmas, and I have been obsessed with the Aquarius satin lipstick. I keep wanting to call it velvet for some reason. I think Kylie calls hers velvet. This is what Fairy Floss looks like. They're just such beautiful shades, and I love all of the finishes. I love the matte ones, I love the satin ones, and I love the glosses, and they are such an amazing price. I just absolutely love all of them, and they have amazing shades, and I love that they do a lot of collaborations with YouTubers because I like buying collaborations, and I've loved every single collaboration that they've done. And then the last lip thing I want to talk about is also lip liners. I really love the ColourPop lip liners. These are definitely my favorite lip liners. And then the last thing I want to talk about is a setting spray, and I really, really have been loving the Mario Badescu Rosewater Spray. Now this smells like a grandma. That's the only thing I don't like about it, is it smells like a grandma, but I absolutely love this. I already went through an entire bottle of the small one, and then I repurchased the 8-ounce bottle, and I'm already like, I already am to there, and I feel like I just got it. I use this so much. I set my face with this every day. I have lost my MAC Fix Plus in the move, so it's somewhere. I'll find it, but ever since I have been like moving around and stuff, this has been my go-to, and I absolutely love it. Alright, so that is all for this video. I hope that it wasn't too long. These were my absolute favorite products of 2017. There were lots of products that I love this year, but these were just the ones that I wanted to mention in this video. If you guys have favorites that I didn't say in this video, let me know in the comments, because I always want to hear what products people like, so I can maybe try new stuff. I hope that everyone had a happy and safe New Year's. If you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, make sure you do that and give this video a thumbs up, and you can also hit the notification bell, which is right next to the subscribe button, if you want to be the first to know when I upload new videos. But yeah, that's all. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!